Hey y'all, welcome back to Floating Hands on the Internet. So, by request, we're gonna look into Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes' new restaurant. Is it just like its trajectory, business model, all of that? Is there anything sneaky going on that we ought to know about, etc.? And then they also requested that I look into Travis Kelce's goals in life. What are his goals? God, I already forgot. This is what I need to write down. So, what are his goals? Is he authentic and I guess kind of what he wants out of life? Or is it just money? And does he kind of play stupid does he kind of like play up not stupid, but does he kind of like act silly on purpose, if that makes sense? You guys know what I'm talking about, how he kind of like, I guess, almost plays dumb. Does he do that on purpose, or is he really just not got a lot going on upstairs? So this is all for alleged and entertainment purposes only. No facts here. If you guys want a free reading, I'm still doing them. Those really help me out. Practicing my tarot. And we are so close to 500. Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited. And yeah, so email me at floatinghandsoti@gmail.com with your prompt, your picture, and your birthday, and I'll send you a private link. This one was requested, but it was not a personal reading, so I'm just going to share this one for everybody. And this is always for alleged and purposes only. I know literally nothing. I'm just a crazy lady with floating hands on the internet. So, let's do the restaurant, and then we'll do Travis Kelce. So what's the energy around the restaurant? What's its trajectory? Like thinking long term, even after the whole Swifty Kelce fandom kind of stabilizes a little bit or levels out. And is there anything shady going on, or is it just kind of like a clean cut, cash grab, whatever have you? So, all right. These are so slippery. Okay, so the energy just around the business. That's an interesting pull. Okay. So the Eight of... Didn't they just fucking open this restaurant? The Eight of Pentacles is in the reversal, which is about like... It's the hard working card, but it's in the reversal. And so that's like... Your hard work's not... Is this restaurant making a profit? Because the Eight of Pentacles, I mean, that could just mean like burnt out, lack of confidence. It's like, I wonder if it's harder than they anticipated. The Ten of Cups is in the reversal, which is like, there's an imbalance, you're not happy. And then the Fool card's in the upright, which is about kind of like naivety. I know that these people have all the money in the world, but to me, it feels like, I was not expecting this. To me, it feels like, I'm hearing the juice ain't worth the squeeze by Lizzo. It just feels like they kind of, maybe the restaurant is successful, but I wouldn't be shocked if like behind the scenes, this is something we probably never hear about, if they were just either overwhelmed by the amount of people, which, because now I'm thinking of Ticketmaster and the Eras Tour and how we crashed their website and they just weren't prepared, even though they were warned. So there's something here about them not expecting it to be so busy. I mean, they have to delegate, right? Like, it's just their names that are on it. I don't know how much work you're actually putting into, but the Eight of Pentacles, it's like, not a great sign for a business that's not that old. The Ten of Cups is in the reversal, which is like there's an imbalance, happiness. And then the Fool card is in the upright, which is about, I mean, that is about new beginnings, but it's also about somebody who is like childish, naive. I feel like they kind of just signed up for it and didn't know what they were signing. Because now I'm hearing, is it more than you bargained for yet? So that's very surprising to me. I did not think that, I think that there's some stress going on, and maybe it's not Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. Maybe it's management. I mean, owning a restaurant is hard no matter who you are. So I kind of feel like the people who are either being delegated to do this, or maybe it's Patrick and Travis themselves. You know what I'm also thinking of is The Hangover, where he's calling the wife and he's like, we fucked up. Bradley Cooper, he's like, we fucked up. That's how it feels. And I don't know where that's coming from, but it's definitely coming from somebody who is involved in this business. And I was not surprised. I'm kind of surprised to see that. Okay, so let's do the trajectory. Okay, and that makes sense. The Five of Pentacles in the reversal. What the fuck is that? The Page of Swords, sorry. The imagery on these is different. Page of Swords in the reversal. Exercising patience. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles is a good sign. because it's about moving on away from financial challenges. So like I said, I would not be shocked right now if they were, I would not be shocked if they were losing money. Let me put it that way. The Page of Swords is in the reversal. There might be like communication issues. I don't know if this is being communicated with Patrick and Travis. Because now I'm being drawn to that commercial with Kendall Jenner where she's doing like the Pepsi ad, and it just is like she kind of just showed up, did her thing, and she got all that backlash. So I wonder if with that Page of Swords in the reversal, the communication is not there. And like I said, it's giving like I slap my name on the brand, but like I don't really it didn't really do, it has nothing to do with me except I'm promoting it, right? And then the Eight of Wands is in the reversal, which is like slowing down and exercising patience. I feel like if there is a financial problem, they'll probably figure it out. But with that Page of Swords in the reversal, that's about like something that's also not worth fighting for. And it's also the internet, so like in like communication, so we're not going to probably see these struggles. And then the Eight of Wands is in the reversal, which is about like exercising patience, slowing down. So again, like I said, I mean, and look at the this is in the reversal for me, but like look at this, it's the Sagittarius, and like I said, it's like once the Swiftie Kelce, I mean, Travis Kelce's probably going to retire. Don't quote me on it, but I mean, he's probably going to retire like this year, which shocked me if he had another year. He could change his mind. We have free will. But I think once that kind of dies down, it's like, I don't see this being a long-term business restaurant, if you're asking me. I think they'll figure it out with what they're struggling with now, but I honestly just think like, I'm hearing ends to a means, and it's unfortunate because, you know, yeah, I mean, I feel like Travis and Patrick aren't going to lose out too much. I think they just kind of slap their name on it. I could be wrong. I don't know the numbers. Maybe they heavily invested it, but it feels like they kind of just put their name on it. And then is there anything like, I don't know, illegal going on? All for legendary purposes only. Releasing yourself from self. I mean, the Eight of Swords is about like releasing yourself from being trapped. The Queen of Wands is in the reversal, which is like, to me, the Queen of Wands is like a bold, beautiful woman. But when you're asking about like something that's like, is there something shady going on? I mean, that's about like a disconnection from like creativity. So if you're talking like career, I don't think that it's necessarily, especially with the Hermit card in the reversal, because that's about like kind of you're not hiding something. Because if the Hermit card was in the upright, I'd say, okay, like you're kind of holding information like to yourself, right? I don't think it's I don't think there's like money laundering going on or anything. Because that person had said that. It's like, no, I just think the Eight of Swords, it's like, I think they were just trying to think out the box and think of ways to monetize off of this. Because like when I think of the Eight of Swords, like being trapped, it's like you're trapped by the image that people have of you, right? Like, so football. So I think that's them like kind of branching out. But with the Queen of Wands in the reversal, that's like, I feel like they might have, because now I'm hearing the song I'm In Too Deep. So it feels like with the Queen of Wands in the reversal, it's like you kind of went into it. It's giving like when a beauty influencer tries to do something after like, there's like 2016 beauty gurus that come back. It's Jaclyn Hill. That's what I'm thinking of. When she kind of got canceled for so many reasons because she's a fucking liar. And sorry, all for legendary purposes only. I loved Jaclyn Hill, by the way. That was hard to realize. But anyway, she like now does Amazon hauls and stuff. Like she does random like stuff and has nothing to do with her original content because she's just trying to fit in with the kids. So the Queen of Wands in the reversal, it's like this was not a passion project. And then the Hermit card in the reversal, like I don't think that there was anything shady going on monetarily. I just think that they were trying to think out the box of how to make money outside of football, outside of Taylor. It really wasn't a passion project. So yeah, that's kind of what I see. All right, so let's reshuffle. And let's do Travis Kelce. And so I think someone had asked, what are his goals after football? What are his goals in life? And then is he ethical, or is it just like his bottom dollar? And then does he play dumb on purpose? All for alleged entertainment purposes only. I'm hearing weaponized incompetence as soon as I said that, so let's see what the cards say. Also, I'm just going to rant for a second as I shuffle. Why is there so much of him in the documentary? I'm sorry, but for the first time, I'm like, maybe the football bros have a point. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, it's like, why is this? It seems like this documentary is like almost male-centered. I want to know, like, how does she come up with the surprise songs? I want to know the nitty-gritty. I want to know the details. Like, I mean, maybe it's just the trailer to, like, up views, but I don't want to see a bunch of Travis Kelce. I don't. I'm sorry. Maybe that makes me a bad Swiftie and a hater, but it's just, like, I want to know. There's so much about that Eras tour that, like, we just did not get to see. Like, the behind the scenes. You can mention Travis. She can mention Travis Kelce if she wants, but it's like, oh, why would a man be there? Anyway, that's my rant, but... All right, so Travis Kelce. What are his goals in life? Are they driven by money or, I guess, ethics? I guess what are his goals in life? What are they driven by? And does he play dumb to achieve those goals, or is he just kind of dumb? All for alleged and term purposes only. No facts here. Okay, so what are his goals in life? King of Cups. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. So the King of Cups is in the upright, which is somebody who's like a loving, masculine. I mean, I think as soon as I pulled that card, I thought of, I definitely think he wants to be a dad. I mean, he's so sweet towards his nieces. Nobody can deny that. But the Empress card is in the reversal, which is about being emotionally blocked off. I wonder if, like, he wanted kids with Kayla and Nicole, and he wasn't able to do that, or she didn't want to do that. Because the Empress card, like I said, it is the mother card, but it's in the reversal. But yeah, the King of Cups to me is him wanting to be a dad, him wanting to be a loving father. Because now I have, like, wish list in my mind's eye, and, like, just a bunch of kids running around playing football. But the Empress card's in the reversal. It's like, if it were in the upright, I would say, yeah, that's Taylor, but it's in the reversal. So that to me is like problems. I wonder if he has hesitations about being a dad, though. It's like, I think he thinks he wants that. I think he thinks of Jason's life and the 4 daughters that he has. He's like, yeah, I want that. But I mean, there's a difference between being a really good uncle and a really good dad. Now, the Knight of Swords is in the reversal, which is about not being true with your intentions. So I feel like he thinks he wants to be a dad, but I think that there's some hesitation here, and I don't think he'll admit to it. So I guess, like, ethically, what are his goals driven by? I'm just surprised I haven't seen any pentacles. Is that the Judgment card? I don't have my book. Yeah, that's a Judgment card in the reversal. That's about self-doubt and hesitation. Not being a Strength card, not being able to overcome obstacles. And the 7 of Cups in the reversal. A dose of realism. That's sad. I think as Taylor and Travis are about to get married and they're having these conversations, or this is tarot, you'll probably never hear about this. But the Judgment card's in the reversal, which is like, not only is it self-doubt, but it's also the public, right? So I think we'd never hear about these struggles. Obviously, these are his inner thoughts. But the Strength card's in the reversal, which is about not being able to overcome obstacles, and the 7 of Cups is in the reversal, which is like a dose of realism. So I feel like one day he woke up and was like, I don't know if I want to be a dad, or maybe he has self-doubts. That's kind of sad, like, about the type of dad that he could be. I think he's an awesome uncle. But, like, I'm a great aunt. I'm an awesome aunt, but I don't know. I'd be a good mom. I would be a good mom, but I don't want to be a mom. I think there's doubt about having a family and, like, what that means for him, because, like, I think now I'm hearing the song, If I Could Turn Back Time. I think he still wishes he was, like, in his 20s balling out in football, and I think he's having a hard time accepting that his prime is kind of over. It makes me kind of sad. I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. I think what he wants in his, in terms of family and aspirations, I'm actually shocked that, like, no Pentacles came out. Is, like, rubbing up against his worries, if that makes sense. Okay, let's do, I'm gonna pull 2 rows. Does he play stupid? Yes. Yeah, 100%. The Ace of Swords is in the upright, which is about good ideas. The Three of Cups is in the upright, which is about like together, working together, collaboration. And then the Six of Swords is in the reversal, which is about like not moving forward. It's also about like messages and communication. I think that's also him kind of like being, I mean, you're kind of stuck in your old ways of communication. So yeah, I mean, the Ace of Swords is the first card that I pull. That's about somebody who has really good ideas. And like with the Three of Cups, that's like a social butterfly. That's somebody who like everybody likes, everybody gravitate towards like Travis is the man. And then the Six of Swords is like past communication. So this is what's always has worked for him in the past. Let's pull 3 more cards to end it. I think that's him. Yeah. Yeah. The Eight of Swords is in the upright, which is about as soon as I pulled that, I just pictured Taylor being trapped. I'm sorry, you guys. All for legend chamber purposes only. The Queen of Swords is in the reversal, which is about control. And the Sun card is in the upright, which is about like clarity and optimism. It's giving like that golden retriever energy, like ha ha ha. But I mean, like, I think that's how he plays off. But it's like I think he's. I'm not calling him emotionally whatever, but I don't like this energy. It feels like he's trapping her, and he's controlling her, and he's making it look like it's all sunshine and rainbows when it's not. So I think it's just giving weaponized incompetence. So, all for legend tampers only, no facts here. If you guys want a free reading from me, email me at floatinghandsoti@gmail.com. And thank you all so much for requesting. Thank you so much to whoever requested this reading.